Salazar watched a green leaf break off a nearby tree and begin its long descent into the grass of the Scottish Highlands below. Its journey to the afterlife was abruptly halted by a delicate hand into which the leaf fell gracefully. He turned his gaze up to see who dare interrupt the life cycle of the plant and met the eyes of a woman. She nearly took his breath away. Her frame was petite, much smaller than Salazar's own. She had hair that was black as obsidian, like the obsidian that made up the hilt of his wand. Her hair reminded him of snakes, curing down over her shoulders in coiled ringlets that seemed to move on their own. Her skin was a light olive tone, and her eyes, they were the most brilliant shade of blue that reminded him of the lake outside of Hogwarts, surrounded by a smaller ring of the most vibrant green he'd ever seen, and Salazar liked the colour green.
I always thought it a shame when the green leaves begin to abandon the safe refuge of their branches. It means change is coming. I was never one for change.
He stared at her in bewilderment as she spoke. She dared to glance in his direction, a smile crawling across her lips, as she realised she had stunned this stranger into silence. Wordlessly and without a wand, she made the green leaf levitate, sending it over to the stranger in hopes he would hold out his hand to catch it. Salazar watched the leaf float to him in shock, for wandless magic was not a simple feat to conquer. He realised she was sending the leaf to him and reached out his hand to catch it. It landed delicately in his hand before it began to glow a brilliant blue colour. Salazar was versed in every kind of magic that existed in the wizarding world, but he had never seen this before. It intrigued him, and he yearned to know everything about the nameless woman who seemed to leap from the pages of a fantasy novel.
The leaf, it's glowing blue.
You can see that.
Yes, it's quite brilliant.
You think differently than most, then. My own parents thought me cursed, and every magic expert I've met with has written me off as a crazed witch.
May I ask what your family name is?
My name is Isabella. I don't have a family name.
Everyone has a family name, surely.
Everyone but me, I suppose. I told you, my family thought me cursed. They surrendered me to the streets of London at a very young age. The first time I showed them this type of magic was the last time I saw them.
How do you know your blood status if you don't know your family name?
I suppose I'll never know. Doesn't bother me much, though.
That infuriated Salazar. He believed that witches and wizards who did not descend directly from a long line of other witches and wizards were less than, not worthy of breathing the same air as him. Certainly not worthy of wielding the same magic.